Hey everybody, welcome into Northern Life. You're with Briggs and Hunter. I am Ryan. Thank you so much for joining us on this Thursday. We're getting through a tough weather week, and also today, I wasn't even starting to wear this pullover. I was wearing a different shirt. Oh, we had a shoot in the studio earlier today that we'll be showing later on in a future episode, making cakes. And I looked down and I realized I had frosting like all over the left side of my body.
I didn't even notice.
I didn't either.
I don't even know how it happened.
Wow.
It was messy. It got messy, but it was a lot of fun.
We're wearing the same thing, right? Are you wearing the same thing?
I'm shocked because I have obviously a white sweater on, and I was kind of nervous when I saw all the colors that we were using to decorate the cake, and I was like, ooh, I better be careful, but I survived.
Well, no, you didn't get hit. I got hit pretty hard. So, yeah, perfectly clear.
There it is.
Like it just came out of the wash.
Yep, look at that.
Shirt also looking quite nice.
Two thumbs up right there.
Good job,
nice
you guys.
job, Hunter.
Maybe I'll learn in the future. Coming up on this show, we'll be talking about the Carlton, Minnesota man who is making an appearance on Jeopardy tonight. We'll also tell you about the viewing party you can stop by as you watch it here on Northern News Now.
Yeah, then we're also going to be sharing a lovely story from Albany, Minnesota, where a kindergarten teacher has brought joy to her students by doing the exact same thing her grandmother did for her.
Aww.
Super sweet. I know. I can't wait to see that one. I'm sure most of you guys at home are sick and maybe tired of shoveling and happy to see the worst of the snow is behind us now. But earlier this week, one energetic young man in Minnesota almost made snow shoveling look like fun. Andrew Brundage was caught on video by his mom dancing while clearly clearing snow off of the family driveway in Cottage Grove, Minnesota. She captioned the video, "We don't dig our way out of a winter storm in Minnesota. We dance our way out."
He's got the
moves. Great moves.
I'm going to have to take that for the next dance that we have here. I don't know if we have a dance at Northern News Now, but I guess we don't.
The station dance.
A Sadie Hawkins ball at the Northern News Now.
Your Christmas party.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
I'll save it for the Christmas
You
party.
gonna bring a shovel to our future holiday party?
Scooping up the fun. That's what I'm going to be doing.
Here's the thing about I haven't had to do shoveling in a long time. When I visit my parents, I'll sometimes chip in and help, but I live in an apartment building now. I can't shovel unless I have music playing. I feel like because you're just so in your thoughts, you're tired and whatnot, trying to get through all that heavy snow. I need something to be playing in order to get through that.
Yeah, I do the same thing while mowing. I like to have my headphones in, but you got to have a little energy while you're out there shoveling because it is kind of a dreary task, just monotonously throwing snow, and it is a workout too. And I always like to have music on when I'm working out, of course.
Yeah.
Got to have it.
All the joints hurting, the back hurting afterwards. It's like, I gotta have a little music in your head.
If you go in with a negative mindset, you're going to come out with a negative outcome.
There we go. Yep, it's all about positivity.
A little thinking there on your Thursday. And now to some news that was shared earlier this week, but makes a younger version of myself extremely happy. Krispy Kreme donuts are coming to McDonald's. 3 types of donuts will be available nationwide at participating restaurants by the end of 2026. They can be bought individually or in a pack of 6 starting at breakfast time, and they'll continue until they sell out.
Oh my gosh. So there's no Krispy Kremes left in Minnesota. Is that true?
There are not. And here's why younger me would be so excited about this. So I grew up in Maple Grove, Minnesota. I think Krispy Kreme, that was maybe the only location in Minnesota.
Was Maple Grove.
Was Maple Grove.
Okay.
Kids brought it for kindergarten. They brought it with the little fun hats you could wear. It was the best thing in the world, especially since it was so close to our house. I forgot what age it was. It shut down and turned into a bank.
What?
Oh, that is
Krispy Kreme was turned into a bank, and so all the kids in Maple Grove crying, out there crying, wanting a Krispy Kreme donut to come back.
That's the exact opposite of what that should be. That's insane.
Right. When I was little, they used to sell Krispy Kreme donuts at the Holiday gas station.
I remember that.
Yep, on the corner of London and 26th there. We'd always go, not every single day before school, but if you were bringing treats, for school, that was the prime treat, so I totally understand your pain.
If you brought those to class for your birthday, you were the coolest kid in town.
Yeah.
Even if it was just for the day. That made the entire school year.
They hit differently, as the kids say. It's quite impressive. But
they do. And what a good collaboration on McDonald's.
Yeah.
Great idea, because they don't have donuts these days, right? Or like any
They got
breakfast.
some like bakery items now, but I don't think they're donuts.
Remember the Cinnamelts that they used to have at McDonald's?
Yes, I do.
Those things were the best. They were like little cinnamon bites, and it was just melted in your mouth.
Man.
It was the best thing ever. And that and the McSkillet, bring both those back.
Whoa.
One of my friends introduced me to the chocolate chip cookies at McDonald's.
Aren't those good?
Yeah, they actually are super
Nice and
good,
toasty.
surprisingly. According to new studies, not getting enough shut-eye can make you feel older. Researchers in the UK found not getting enough sleep could make you feel 5 to 10 years older than you actually are. They looked at a group of people between the ages of 18 and 70 years old. That group was allowed no more than 4 hours of sleep. On average, they said they felt 4.5 years older than they really were. That's interesting. To me, it's kind of confusing because, you know, age and time is just a construct, really.
It's a social construct.
How do you know? Like, how do you know you don't just feel 31? You know, how do you know that's not what a 31-year-old's supposed to feel like?
I will agree with you. Since, you know, if I said 4 years older, so if I felt like, if I took part in the study and I said I feel like I'm 32, I have no idea because it hasn't even happened yet.
Yeah, that's true. It's very subjective. You don't know exactly what's going on. Since we're talking about future shoots, by the way, Briggs just made us go through a food challenge.
Oh,
we'll talk about that in a future episode here. But me and Ryan collectively probably just slept for 24 hours collectively.
We probably added about, you know, we probably felt 10 years older after that food challenge.
Yes, that's true. But then to sleep afterwards, I feel like I'm 18 years old again. Let's go.
Spry, ready to go.
Just need to eat an unbelievable amount of food and then go to bed.
There we go.
That's the trick of it. Well, the final story before we head to break goes out to Hunter here. We're 88 days into the year 2024. Kind of crazy to think about. But it is World Piano Day because there's 88 keys on the piano. The day was created to promote the development of music and to share the joy of playing it. And also, the piano was invented in the 1700s, which I feel like is kind of late.
Yeah. Because you picture like Beethoven and things like that.
Yeah.
That's like the 17th, 18th century, isn't it? 19th century, about there.
I don't know.
So
I also don't know.
so shout out to all you piano players out there.
Maybe we'll look during the break to see when that piano was.
There we go.
That was me.
There we go. That's a good point.
Coming up, a Minnesota teacher is bringing joy to her students. We'll show you how.
Welcome back, everybody. In a small town northwest of St. Cloud, a kindergarten teacher is showing love for her students, going above and beyond her normal duties.
Yeah, Boyd Hupert brings us to Albany, Minnesota, introducing us to the teacher who was inspired to create something she calls Hugs for the Head.
The top of the morning arrives at Albany
Good morning.
Elementary.
Good to see you.
But it's the top of the arriving kindergartners
They're coming.
that brought us here.
Morning, Harrison. Morning, Lila.
Brought us to Ms. Abraham's classroom
Days of the week.
with questions. Where'd you get that cool hat?
Abraham.
And not just for Emery,
From Miss Abraham.
Lila, and Haley,
From Miss Abraham.
but their whole
Miss Abraham.
class. Did she buy all these hats?
She made them by hand.
Wait, what? All of them?
18 of them.
It's true.
Easton's pattern.
Before Christmas break, Ms. Abraham, inspired by a TikTok video, asked each of her students to draw a hat in whatever colors they'd like.
At the time, they didn't know it was a pattern. They were just drawing a hat.
Then Jody Abraham started knitting
Just me.
and didn't stop for 6 weeks.
I maybe didn't do my dishes or my laundry. Just kidding.
She laughs, but her principal snapped this pic of Miss Abraham knitting with her son on the court playing varsity basketball.
When I gave them to the kids, they were just, their eyes sparkled and they were so excited.
Still are.
The blueprint.
That's Harrison Lomhunt.
He absolutely adores it, and it will be something he'll treasure forever.
Gina is his mom.
He tells everybody about it, that his teacher made this hat for him.
There's a husky dog on it for our school.
Ribbit!
Ms. Abraham likes to think of the hats as head hugs.
And then we're gonna sing. It says, I care about you. It, says, hey, my teacher thinks I'm pretty great. She took what I drew and brought it to life.
But then their teacher is just drawing from her own life experience.
This is my hat that my grandma had made for me when I was little. She's the one who taught me to knit. I think that I also remember how special it was to wear this hat.
So today, Ms. Abraham is knitting again.
I'm doing this one for Maddie, my helper.
After just finishing a hat
Miss Deb drew one too.
for her para.
Here's Miss Deb's hat.
Thank you. My two favorite colors, pink and blue.
We came to Miss Abraham's class with questions.
Why do you think she did that?
It was getting colder. When your other hats are broken.
And left with the perfect answer.
Maybe because she loves us.
A gift that tops them all. Boyd Hupert, KARE 11 News, Albany.
That is just incredible. What a
Sweetest
fantastic teacher.
Yeah.
Wow, and what an influence too on her students. They obviously, you know, that meant so much to them.
Yeah.
And they're gonna have those hats, you know, for a really long time, wearing them around, I'm sure, you know, years from now, still saying, hey, my kindergarten teacher made me this hat. And what an impact she's having on those young minds. So sweet.
What a cool human too. Awesome.
I can't imagine like the intricacies of like that making that husky or whatever. Like it took her 6 weeks to make all those, but I can't imagine just how hard that was and how tedious it was to make all that happen. I was very impressed.
And you know, kindergartners have a big imagination, so I'm sure she saw some of the patterns and was like, man, this one's gonna take me more time than some of the others. So man, for her to follow the patterns for all those hats, incredible.
Timmy, can you redraw this piece?
That's funny. They didn't do the dishes. Our director Seth too says, "I'm not crying. You're crying." And adding on to that quickly, as Miss Abraham was making the hats, she was reflecting on what each kid brings to the class and trying to imagine where the future will take them. So if you're not crying,
now you are.
Yeah, amazing story. Well, they say what goes around comes around, and according to a new survey, they must be right, since almost 9 in 10 Americans believe that karma is real. The survey by Chime found that Americans think bad karma has made its rounds to bad relationships, maybe losing something, and even arguments with other people. Perhaps in order to get their cosmic energy back on track, 84% say they go out of their way to pay it forward whenever possible. That's good news, you know, whether it's bad karma inspiring you or maybe you're just a good person in general. You like to see a lot of people going out of their way to help others.
I do like to roast Hunter sometimes. I give Hunter a really hard time, and so sometimes when we're in the hallway doing something, like I'll roast Hunter, and then the next thing I know, I'll be tripping over a mat.
And I'm laughing at him like, there you go.
Yeah.
That's what you get,
A lot
Ryan.
of karma around the Northern News Now TV station, but good to see people paying it forward.
I think a lot of it, like, I think those things just kind of happen to people, but I think a lot of it's just how you deal with the situation.
Yeah.
It's a lot about positivity and how you handle certain things.
And how you think about it.
Yep.
And why not provide another smile to your faces on this Thursday, and ours as well. Down in Florida, one little Pomeranian has been bringing smiles to millions of followers on social media. This is Coda the Fluff, known for her visits to hospitals, nursing homes, and schools. She is part of a nonprofit small pet therapy team that brings joy to people during difficult times. And also, even with millions of followers, Coda's owner doesn't monetize those videos, which is pretty cool.
That is awesome. So she doesn't actually drive. the owner's driving the car, right? She doesn't have her license.
Can I see your license real quick?
I need to find a car big enough for Harry.
Oh,
Jeez. Probably a full-size car, honestly.
get him a real one. We'll be right back.
Welcome back. This is a super cool story. A Northlander who's risen to fame after a lot of Jeopardy success is set to be a contestant on the show again tonight. Carlton substitute teacher Sam Cavanaugh is going to be part of Jeopardy's first ever invitational tournament. He's already a 4-time Jeopardy champ, and he participated in the Tournament of Champions as well. So tonight, the Streetcar Kitchen and Pub in Carlton is going to be hosting a watch party for Sam's episode at 4:30 p.m. So make sure you make time in your schedule today to watch Sam and cheer him on. So cool to see someone represented that many times locally on Jeopardy.
There we go. He, I think I remember his original run too, like watching his original run.
Yeah.
Like they said, he did a pretty darn good job. He's obviously a very smart cat, and he hopefully will go far in this tournament here.
I read that he did a summer camp in Carlton too recently. So imagine sending your kid to a summer camp with someone who is, you know, so high-minded as a Jeopardy champion. And a teacher too. What a fantastic career choice.
Yeah.
Right. Some people are just unbelievably impressive. So big shout out to Sam, and best of luck tonight on that Jeopardy, which is on Northern News Now as well.
It sure is.
It's on our station.
Yeah. And Duluth has been featured a few times over the past months on Jeopardy as well. Some of those prompts include responses like, at about 90,000, it's the most populous U.S. city on North America's biggest lake. The answer, of course, what is Duluth?
What is Duluth?
Yes, what is Duluth?
I did see that, and I believe someone responded, what is Minneapolis?
Oh, no!
And that's quite, not quite. And then there was one on Bob Dylan saying, girl from the North Country, this boy from Duluth.
And I know people responded to Prince, I believe, for that second
Did they?
prompt. Yeah, that's a tough one.
It's a shame.
Yeah. But now they know.
Now they know. The more you know.
Now everybody in America knows. Let's get to some wild kicking news out of the NFL. This week it was announced the owners approved a new kickoff rule. So in short, the kicker will kick the ball from his own 35-yard line, and then 10 of his teammates will line up on the other team's 40-yard line. It's a move that's likely made to avoid more injuries, taking this rule kind of or idea from the XFL. And according to ESPN's Adam Schefter, the Green Bay Packers now signing former Vikings kicker Greg Joseph here.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, so we got the Vikings get Aaron Jones, running back from the Packers, and then, it sounds like Greg Joseph going to the Packers.
It's kind of a little flip-flop thing going on. But what I read more is that it also seems like it should allow for more kick returns, because it's just basically a dead play for the most part when you do a kickoff or whatever, but it should allow it to make more interesting football.
Right. Okay, so the kicker is going to be, here, and then downfield is just going to be everybody?
It's going to be like a whole lot of people on this side, and then the kicker kind of by himself.
Okay, so nobody charging down the field.
Nope, they'll all be kind of set, and the person receives it, I believe, and then they start going at each other.
I could see how that would be a little safer.
Yeah. Charging at one another. Or like what Hunter said, most of the kickoffs you see in the past year have just been through the back of the end zone.
Yep.
Yeah.
So maybe a little more excitement.
I think it will be. I'm excited for that rule change.
And I think the Vikings just signed an XFL kicker. So I think our GM is thinking ahead. So he's thinking, this guy's already used to those kickoffs.
Okay.
Interesting.
We'll have to wait and see.
There we go.
Cool. Well, coming up in a little more than a month, there's a chance to enjoy all of the Star Wars movies at once. Okay. Coming up on May 4th, fans can watch all 9 films in the Skywalker saga in theaters. The day before, on May 3rd, Episode 1, The Phantom Menace, returns to theaters for its 25th anniversary. You can find info at fandango.com. I've never seen Star Wars, so maybe I need to go watch all 9 in one day.
That's
I should just hit it hard.
That's crazy. My dad always I give my dad a hard time because when he says the first episode or the first movie, he thinks of the 70s or way back then, and I think of the newer series.
Yeah, that's number 4 technically.
It's first in the chronological order.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, we'll be right back after the break talking about tomorrow's show.
Welcome back, folks. Coming up tomorrow here on Northern Life, we'll be getting ready for Easter weekend. A lot of candy on the way, and we'll talk about the expectations for candy sales, as well as a cool Northern Life art project coming up. So looking forward to all that coming up. What's going on with that art project?
Yeah, are we dying eggs?
I don't think I know about it yet.
It's kind of a secret.
Oh,
it's
boy.
Kind of a secret. You'll have to wait and see. Somebody made us something, let's say.
Oh!
How about that?
Is it the Easter Bunny?
Easter Bunny live in studio, hopping around. That'd be pretty fun.
That'd be really awesome.
Now I gotta go hire an Easter Bunny to be here tomorrow. Gotta make
Expectations just rose.
Yeah, that's tough. You're gonna be disappointed. But before we we end our show here today, I do want to say a happy birthday to my mother out there, Carol Happ. I love you, Mom. Celebrating 58 years young today. I think as I get older too, you learn to appreciate all the things that your parents did for you growing up. And my mom is a hard worker. She's been so kind and so generous, and I love you very much. And I'm excited to come down this weekend and celebrate with you.
What are you guys gonna do?
We're gonna probably we're gonna see the niece or the granddaughter for her, and have lunch, and all be together, and just make it a really special weekend.
Make it all about Carol. That's what I'm talking about.
So happy birthday, Mom. I love you.
Happy birthday, Carol. Hope you have a great day. Well, thank you guys for joining us today. We'll see you back here tomorrow. Have a great rest of your Thursday.
Find some time to throw a line, or just head outside to unwind. That's the life in the great North Woods. Hike or bike, whatever you like. Get out in the day, enjoy the night. Yeah, we got the life in the great North Woods. Yeah, we got the life in the great North Woods. Yeah, this is Northern